Okay, hello everyone, my name is Laquan Williams, and in today's video, I wanted to discuss obviously what happened last night on DC Legends of Tomorrow Season 6 finale. This is going to be my review and also more of a discussion about what's been happening on the show, along with the rest of the other DC comic book shows that are on the CW TV network or CW network, along with obviously the other Arrowverse shows. Black Lightning that's no longer on TV, the Green Arrow that's no longer on TV because they're obviously are finished. Green Arrow decided obviously the whole entire thing with that was that more money was obviously offered to bring Stephen Amell back to be the Green Arrow for another season. As far as Black Lightning goes, they decided to cut the show off, and looks like it was obviously canceled. Creative differences, obviously, which we'll never know about, what led to that being the case. And now, obviously, there's a Flash, and it's going to look like it's going into its last season, along with Legends of Tomorrow. And they have new shows such as, obviously, more recent ones, Batgirl, or Batwoman. Also, the Stargirl show, and also Superman and Lois. That's about to be in its second season. And obviously Supergirl, it's about to be ending in its seventh and final season, if I'm not mistaken. So, last night on the show, the season 6 finale, which was the 15th episode of this whole entire season, which felt like forever. I thought the current season of The Flash that just ended a couple months ago, which was season 7, I thought that was actually not very good. It was okay. It got better towards the ending, like the last 3-4 episodes. There were still some things I didn't like. As far as the Legends of Tomorrow, this whole season, it didn't feel obviously as much of a. It didn't feel as much as it didn't feel entertaining compared to last season. And obviously, it felt like it was dragging on a lot, and also too, it was you were just happy it was actually finally over. A couple months ago, on a Comic-Con panel online, the Legends of Tomorrow writer and also the director, two guys got on there, I don't know their names by heart, got on a panel with the rest of the cast, and also one of the guys on the panel that was hosting it, and talked about what's going to be happening towards the rest of the season, which was season 6. Keep in mind, this was months ago before this happened. So they gave everything away. They let us know that John Constantine was going to be gone. That he was going to be gone. He's no longer going to be on the show anymore. That this is his ending. They let us know that Bishop was still alive because they gave it away in the trailer. He was alive and he was going to crash the wedding of Ava Sharp and Sarah Lance, which he obviously did. And he screwed with the team before then. He was actually on their ship before then, and obviously as a prisoner, but technically they were stuck there with him. He wasn't stuck there with them, and he did eventually steal their ship, the Wave Rider, and he also stole Kayla's ship, the alien that's with Mick Rory, who's also, she can shapeshift into a human as well. So that happened. So we knew Bishop was still going to be alive. He was the only villain this whole entire season. Besides that, they were just beating random aliens in space who don't mean anything, and that's basically what was the case. As far as that goes, they gave away what was going to happen in the trailer, and they also talked about how John Constantine was going to be gone. We know that obviously Matt Ryan's playing a different character on the show. They will introduce that next season. They did not do that at all in this season. They just killed John Constantine off and brought him back again, and then in order for him to say goodbye to Zari, but not the whole rest of the team. They did the same thing with Mick Rory. He said goodbye to Sarah Lance, but he didn't say goodbye to the rest of the team. I thought that was very weird. So neither actors, Dominique Purcell, who plays Heatwave, / Mick Rory, will be on the show anymore, just like Matt Ryan will no longer be on the show anymore as John Constantine, but he's playing a different character, a Welsh / British, because he is British, as well as that's who he is in real life, also as John Constantine, because John Constantine is British. He's playing a Welsh scientist from England from the 1700s who knows all about time travel and is going to help the team out because the Wave Rider was destroyed. We already knew this was going to happen months ago online because, like I said, they gave this away, and they obviously did at the end lazily, just the last 30 seconds. Did the whole, oh look, it's a cliffhanger, like you didn't know this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. The thing is, with the Wave Rider being destroyed, which is their spaceship / home / their that's the way they travel through time. It's their teleportation device as well. That was destroyed, so they're stuck in 1920s in Odessa, Texas, where Spooner was with her mom. They're trying to obviously help her out with the past. Herself trying to save her mother, because what happens is Spooner's whole origin story is she was taken from the she teleported from the 1920s to 1990s after her mom was killed and shot by a bunch of guys who wanted to steal her land and buy it off of her. But obviously, since she didn't sell it to them, they killed her and stole her home and her land. Her mother was a healer, so she left the 1920s, ran into the forest, got teleported into the 90s as a kid by the Fountain of Imperium because it protected her, and she didn't even know where she was at. So she went from 1920s Odessa, Texas to the 1990s. She was about 10 years old, so judging by the time now, from then, she's probably technically 27, 28 years old, but that's exactly her origin story, how she got connected to the Fountain of Imperium, as far as the alien situation with her telekinetic powers and her being able to hear and feel aliens when they're close by. She said that she came in contact with them, and they obviously did something with her mind or something, but they didn't explain how she was ever captured or by aliens and whatnot and abducted by them. We obviously don't know, but she was obviously jumping around in foster care and whatnot because obviously she had no parents and no legal guardian to take care of her, because she went from the 1920s, from the past, into the future, and that's how. So technically her age would be different. It wouldn't, but obviously, I guess you could say it doesn't really matter because she's supposed to be 7 years old, but she's in her late 20s, so it's obviously weird. Like I said, they gave away the Comic-Con at the Comic-Con panel. The writer and the director of the show gave it away with the rest of the cast and crew. What was going to happen? We knew Bishop was going to come back. We knew it was going to happen in season 7. They gave away the plot. So 4 weeks before your current season is going to end, you give away the plot for the next season. So there's no surprise. So we already know what's going to happen. We already know what's going to happen next season, and it was obviously shown to us at the end of this episode just yesterday. The team has no Wave Rider. They have nowhere to time travel. How they get to this John Constantine, British professor who knows all about time travel, will be a very strange mystery. How does Gideon suddenly become a human life form again and not an AI system, because she was destroyed with a ship? How does that happen? And also, who destroyed the ship? I'm guessing that the other Wave Rider that came from the past to destroy their current one was probably Rip Hunter, and he's probably going to come back. He's the person who got them all together in the first place in the first season and second season, and then obviously they got rid of him. He was killed off, if I'm not mistaken, or he decided to go away and do something else. No, he was killed off. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, he went to go do something else. He wanted to pass the torch over to the rest of the team and let them take over. I don't know if the Time Bureau told him that, because they worked for him. He worked for them, so did Ava Sharp when she was working for them. I don't know if they told him to go back and destroy the ship because they were being reckless with the timelines that they were screwing up and whatnot. And also to make sure that they would not damage to time any further because they didn't like them. The Time Bureau is kind of like the Time Bandits, Time Variance Authority. And then Marvel Comics, they were in charge of the timelines, and they obviously are keeping track and keeping everything intact, obviously. But this was a bureau, so it was different. And you actually got to see them. It was a council. The Time Variance Authority and the Marvel's low-key show, you didn't get to see them at all. They weren't actually even real, and obviously they were made up and obviously fake creatures, people by Cole, if I'm not mistaken. Kang, obviously, who people think is possibly not Galactus, but someone similar to him, something of the lines of that. Basically, that's probably what the case is. We don't know who destroyed the ship, so that's what happened. One wave rider came out of the sky, blew up the other one, which was the current one that they have, and just flown away back into outer space or in time. We don't know who was on that ship or who did it. It's possibly it could have been one of the team members from the future, or it could have been Rip Hunter, or it could have been another bad guy coming back. We know it will not be Bishop. I don't know if it's going to be obviously If it's going to be Damien Dark or who is going to be, we don't know. So we already know what's going to happen. Like I said, Matt Ryan will still be on the show. He's just playing a different character. John Constantine will no longer be on the CW TV network or any of the shows at all. HBO Max is taking that character over for now, and I guess the next couple of years, and I don't know what's going to happen with that, but J.J. Abrams is going to be having a show on HBO Max where his Bad Robot production team / movie production company that he is in charge of is going to be in charge of the show on HBO Max. It's supposed to be a dark, gritty John Constantine mature show, just like how they have the DC Titans show on there. I just got caught up watching the whole entire series. I'm currently on the 3rd season, which is I've seen all the episodes that they've posted thus far because they're in their 3rd season. The next episode is going to be posted in a couple days on Thursday, so I'm caught up with all that. I watched the whole series in about 3.5 to 4 days because I didn't want to watch. I wanted to see it finally. Now that it's on HBO Max, obviously now it was on the DC Plus streaming service that they had or something, and they took it off there, and now it's on HBO Max, just like how they have all the other DC movies on there, such as Superman versus Batman, obviously the Justice League, Aquaman, Justice League. They just had Suicide Squad 2 on there, but they took that off just yesterday. It's been on there for about a month, and I saw that. It was okay, but when I look at a show like the DC Titans show, that's exactly what a serious DC Comics show looks like to me, watching that whole series with Nightwing and obviously the rest of the team, Batman, obviously Starfire, and us, the rest of the team, obviously, and Superboy included as well, and with Dick Grayson and them. That's a great show. That's what the Green Arrow was kind of like in the 1st and 2nd season. It was similar to, obviously, what I said with DC Legends of Tomorrow. They were much more of a it was much more of a serious show. It's not like that anymore. The Legends of Tomorrow is essentially a ripoff of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie / franchise. They are the joke, the comic relief on the CW TV network as far as the TV shows go. They're not serious anymore like they used to be. The overall tone of the show is a joke. They're cracking stoner jokes. Bayrod's smoking weed every 5 seconds. They're tripping on mushrooms, doing drugs. Drinking beer every 5 seconds. It's not what it used to be. Obviously, the nature of the constant, obviously, them jumping into bed with each other and kissing and having obviously sex on camera. There's no nudity, but they obviously show it. Obviously, people jumping in bed with each other, making out, and then alluding to them having sex, like with Sarah Lance, and obviously John Constantine did as well. That this show is not what it used to be. We already knew it was going to happen because they gave away the whole entire the ending in the trailer for the rest of season 6 a couple months ago at the Comic-Con, obviously, panel with the Legends of Tomorrow director and the writer on the show, the head guy. There's 2 guys with the rest of the cast. We knew what was going to happen with John Constantine. We knew what's going to happen in season 7 because they gave it away. The team they already gave it away a month ago because they don't give a damn about the show. The show is about to be over. It's on its last legs. It's sinking in quicksand. The ratings are down. I wanted to show you the ratings and what the ratings were for yesterday. Let me get it's going to load right now on TV ratings, if I'm not mistaken. The show got about a .40, so I'm not really big on being the professional ratings, but judging how it looks like they got a .40. So if I had to assume and be right, it looks like they got, as you can see right here, where is it at? Right here. 42.86 demo change, so that's in green, but it says viewers in millions, .40. So if I had to guess, and I'm not a genius, judging by, as you can see, 60 Minutes had about 5.6 million viewers. The Connors TV show, that used to be Roseanne, but they killed her off, obviously, and now it's just the Connors. That show's boring anyways. 2.72 million. So that's about 2.5 million. Big Brother got 3.27, so that's about 3.5 million. This is what DC Legends of Tomorrow got, a .40. So obviously, just saying this to obviously to show you how this looks like. A .40, that means they probably got about 400,000 viewers for last night's obviously season 6 finale, but you can see the negative right here. It says million, the percentage change in millions, which is viewership. So they got a decrease of 4.94%, which is almost 5%. So you can obviously see that this obviously is not very good because it's at a 0.40. I want you to keep in mind right here, an hour after they were off on a different network, the CBS, the movie with Jack Black in 2003, School of Rock. Look at what that got. That movie is about 18 years old, and it got way more viewership, way more ratings than a current show that's been on air for the past 6 to 7 years. How pathetic is that? That a movie that's from 18 years ago that you can watch on possibly I think it's on Netflix or Hulu, I'm not mistaken, but you can watch it for on there for free, possibly, maybe even Amazon Prime if you have it. 18 years ago, and they just showed it on there randomly because it was obviously not much to show yesterday on Sunday because it was the day before Labor Day, which is today, so lots of shows weren't playing, so, or showing new episodes, they were reruns. But look at that. That is what obviously it means. And this is new. See, the N means new. So that's what it means. Big Brother was new. The Connors were repeats. 60 Minutes was a repeat. These letters that you see in the brackets right here, these letters are what it means. N means new. S means repeat. S means R means repeat, rerun. S means special or sports. So Tokyo Paralympics, the Olympics. That's a sports obviously event. So that's an S. S for college football. Look at that. So you can. And Bob's Burgers was a rerun. So obviously that the ratings weren't very high. But School of Rock with with Jack Black, not Johnny Depp, wrong actor. Jack Black's movie from 2003 got way more better ratings. A movie you can see anywhere for free right now, basically, got better ratings than Legends of Tomorrow. And the ratings have been going down for the past a year now. Because the first half of the season, lots of people, like myself included, were not interested in it because it was very boring. It was just, it should have been called, the first half of the season was basically the race to find Sarah Lance. Sarah Lance lost in space. The first 6 episodes of this season were them was the team trying to find Sarah Lance in space, where she was captured by aliens and then somehow managed to get to the Bishop somehow. And they figured out, and then obviously we found out he's obviously the main bad guy / villain. The terrible bad guy and villain, by the way, a complete joke. I thought I was watching a Disney Channel a movie with superheroes. The guy was singing and dancing every 5 seconds, making jokes. He's not a bad guy or super villain. He's a complete joke, and that's what the show reflects. How the villain is a complete joke, and obviously how the show is. You see how with Damien Dark on the show, Vandal Savage on the show in the past, it was never like that. They were not joking. Mean Face, they obviously took no prisoners. They took down whoever they needed to take down in order to get the job done, because that's what they did. Vandal Savage was brutal. Hawkman and Hawkgirl couldn't kill him at all. They always had a back and forth with them, and that's when they were on the show in the first and second season. It was great. The show was way better. The tone was overall mature and dark, because obviously Vandal Savage was not a villain to play with and not a bad guy. It's funny how when they ran into him in hell last season, he was a complete joke than what he used to be, and that's actually funny because it reflects what the show is. How he used to be obviously this big, huge, scary bad guy in the first and second season. When they went to go see him in hell randomly, when they were in hell trying to get John Constantine's soul coin back, that's when they ran into him. Oh, and obviously when Azra was getting convinced by John Constantine to come to Earth and to help him out, she said she wanted to keep ruling hell. So basically, the soul coin situation with John Constantine, he came back from the dead, the founder of Imperium kicked him out. He came back and he told Zari, I can't stay with the team, I have to go. I'm in the same situation I was just in a couple of months ago. A demon has my soul coin and I have to go. And he just disappears. It was so stupid. I'm like, you killed him and brought him back again, and then he's gone. I feel like I was watching the last season with Green Arrow, when they also had the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover that was bleeding into it. they killed Oliver Queen. You bring him back with the fountain of Imperium, the Lazarus Pit, the Ra's al Ghul, the Legend, the League of Assassins. Their whole obviously Lazarus Pit. They brought him back, and then obviously John Constantine was helping them with that whole situation, and then they killed him off again, and now he's Spectre. It's just like that, and it was obviously on the same network, and same people were involved. The Legends, the whole entire, everybody was on the show, obviously, because they did the crossover, the big, huge crossover, the last one that they're going to be doing, which was obviously Crisis on Infinite Earths last year. They did that. So basically, what happened was, the whole entire team went to Odessa, Texas to find out about what happened with Spooner. They found out, obviously, that she was dying. So what they do, they had nowhere to help her at all. So this is what they do. They had to go back into the past, grab Bishop, a younger version of himself, in order for him to help trick them, in order for him to help them make the antidote, reverse the poison that he injected John Constantine with, and give it to Spooner to help save her in the Fountain of Imperium. So basically, the superheroes had no idea to save their friends. They weren't able to travel anywhere because the ship was messed up and it was damaged. So what did they do? They had to go, the current bad guy that they're facing right now, they had to go back into the past and ask him for help, the younger version of him. So the bad guy, so the heroes had to go ask the villain that's trying to destroy them for help, the younger version of himself, who wasn't evil and corrupted. That's exactly what they did. I was like, are you serious? They had nothing they could do. No one at all they could call for help. Constantine couldn't help them because he was gone. So that's what they did. Oh, and by the way, why were they shooting at aliens from another planet with 1920s shotguns that they had from Odessa, Texas? What happened to the weapons that they had? Gideon was fixed, and they couldn't use that machine and their whole entire ship to create some type of weapons. They had no backup weapons. Spooner was the only one who had a laser gun that could actually shoot and take down aliens. They had nothing. Keep in mind, not everybody has powers. Gary can turn into is an alien. He can shapeshift, but other than that, he can't really help them that much. He's somewhat of a help, but he's still obviously not as important as he. I would say he's more important now than what he was in the past, but still, it's like weird. Ava Sharp just has no powers. She's a clone of herself. Spooner doesn't have any powers. But here's the funny thing: the Fountain of Imperium that was connected with Spooner. And was connected with her because she obviously died, and it was brought back with it. So they were connected. So what she was able to do was, when the aliens were charging the house and they were swarming everywhere, there was hundreds of them. They were breaking in the house. The team was shooting at them with shotguns. No laser guns. No 21st century technology backup plan that they had. Nothing. They had none of that. So I was laughing. I'm like, you guys are using shotguns from the 1920s on aliens from the 22nd century. It was laughable. So basically what happened was, Spooner was able to use the Fountain of Imperium's powers inside of her to throw energy balls at the team to mimic their powers. So she threw one at Nate, and his powers would be he had to pass the energy ball to somebody else, and they could use his powers temporarily. He's the Man of Steel in the show. His whole body changes into steel. They call him Steel, obviously. He's just like Cyclops, but obviously less big in size. He's tall and slim, like Barry Allen. He's not like obviously Cyclops, big, huge, obviously muscular, scary looking guy who is even more dangerous when he changes into Colossus. When he changes into his real form, obviously he can change his whole body and obviously he changes into steel, and he's way more powerful and more dangerous because he's obviously very big and very in his size and his weight, like a huge football player, like a linebacker. Colossus from Marvel. So he's their Steel. He's their Cyclops. Their Colossus, not Cyclops. Wrong character from X-Men. He's their Colossus. So he was able to throw his powers, and this is what Spooner was doing. She threw the energy ball at. She randomly didn't even know that she was able to heal them too. Bayrock got blasted by one of the aliens or scratched. She healed him. She was throwing energy balls at everybody, and they were siphoning off their energy from each other, and everybody was able to use each other's powers. And that was it. She was literally had her hands out throwing like she was like Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange casting some type of spell or something. It looked so corny and cheesy and pathetic. It was pathetic. That's all they had. They had nothing to help them. No weapons, no backup plan, no explosives, nothing to help them take down these aliens. And they were like, okay, so we're just going to fight them. Everybody ready? Yeah. Next thing you know, a bunch of aliens, Spooner takes off a big, huge blanket off of a box, and there's guns in it. She's like, everybody, let's get ready. Grab the guns. Shotguns from the 1920s, because they're in the 1920s in Odessa, Texas. They get shotguns. Ava, Steel / Nate has one. He can change, obviously, into his steel form. And they use that. They're shooting aliens. Next thing you know, a bunch more aliens come. And they're like, you know what? We should just went with our original plan and run out of here and escape. Nate says we can't do that. They're going to kill everybody here in Odessa, Texas, and they're going to kill all these people who are Americans just like us. And obviously, they're going to destroy the planet in our country before we're even born. We won't exist. So they had no plan, and they had no way to take down the aliens at all. And they couldn't help Bishop. Bishop was the only one that could help them save Spooner. They didn't go to the fountain after she was brought back to life, Spooner. So we didn't get to see what the fountain looked like again. So she obviously was able to use that power. Oh yes, and while when the aliens were coming to kill them, they decided that Bishop he screwed up our wedding, the Sarah Lance and their service. So when he screwed it up and he left and the aliens were activated, they left. He left, and then obviously they went to go fight the aliens and run in Spooner's mom's house in the 1920s, Odessa, Texas, where they're at. So while all the aliens are swarming the house and they're about to die, they have a great idea. Sarah Lance says, you know what, we have to get married, and let's do this right now. Everybody's here. Nate's like, I can do the service. I took the online class to be a reverend, or a marriage, to get, obviously, to commit a service for a marriage. That's why he said, when he said, by the power invested in me by the World Wide Web, he took some online class. You can do that to help people get married. Just take an online class and become certified. And you can give, perform a marriage service for people at their wedding. So while aliens are coming in, breaking in the house, on the roof, swarming, the whole house is surrounded, they say, you know what, let's get married. We're about to die. What the hell, right? This is the apocalypse, and I love you, Ava. They decided to get married. I was like, are you serious right now? The alien's about to bust in the door. I don't even know where Spooner's mom was at. They didn't show where they actually had her hidden. So I don't even know where she was at. And keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind when you watch the show, all the citizens of Odessa, Texas were nowhere to be found in this episode at all. You didn't see any of them. So I was like, where's everybody at? Nowhere to be found. You didn't see any of them. Nope. So all these people in the city were not running around here being attacked or killed by aliens. They were just, where were they at? That was no explanation. Bayrod just comes back from speaking with his mom and dad randomly and saying, oh, hey guys, I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm in what happened to my room? Because he saw the explosion that Bishop left, and the ship blew up his room and his couch was burnt. So while this all happened in this episode yesterday, the season 6 finale, they said, Ava Sharp and Sarah Lance said, we're about to die. The aliens are coming in the house, like if it was like The Walking Dead and walkers are coming in / zombies. And let's say not Ezekiel. Let's say Ezekiel and I forgot her name. Oh god, Carol said, let's get married. The walkers are coming and we're about to die. Screw it, let's get married. You know how dumb that would look? It is very dumb. So that's what happened. So they say they all get married. They get married. Everybody's happy. They hug each other in a group hug, and this huge glowing light of energy from Spooner. They all, because remember, John Constantine told Sarah Lance, you guys are all connected. When they brought John Constantine back, he had his angel. He was dressed up like it happened when people died, and they come back as an angel, all white, his jacket, everything. And he was talking to Sarah Lance, all happy, and saying, Sarah, I'm so glad to see you. And he was talking like way differently than himself. He was way more softer spoken and obviously kind. He told Sarah Lance, you guys are all connected. The secret to life and all that. It was so corny and cheesy how they did the ending for John Constantine. So obviously that's what happened. And then obviously he disappeared and came back. And he's back in the same place he was at, which is what he told Zari. Some demons got my soul coin, so they own me, so I have to go find out. And he's not coming back, obviously, but they just ended it. How they ended it with John Constantine was pathetic and stupid. As a longtime John Constantine fan, well, I'm watching this. This is what I got 4 years ago when they canceled the show on NBC. This is how long I've been watching Matt Ryan for the past 6-7 years. When the show ended, a lot of people, myself included, were pissed off. Longtime John Constantine fans, when NBC canceled this show after 1 season and 13 episodes. I'm just watching this again right now. It's been years since I watched the show. And let me just say this: this current season of Legends of Tomorrow is nothing compared to this first and only season of John Constantine by himself, with Chaz and obviously Zed helping him take down demons and ghosts. This was nothing compared to this DVD. This season pales in comparison to it. This just 1 season. This show's currently in its 6th season. The Legends of Tomorrow, he just joined this show about 2 seasons ago. This is how we first were introduced to him. When he was not, when this was canceled, and NBC were being jerks and didn't want to release the DVD finally. They finally did. People like myself included were happy because we were just like, look, you canceled the show, you're done with it, you washed your hands with it, just put it out, stop being jerks and holding out on us. We're going to buy the DVD, you're going to get paid either way, so just give it to us, we're going to pay for it. And then I did. Bought it off Amazon. I'm about to buy another copy because the discs are kind of messed up and I need to get a new one because it's been a long time. Obviously, this is 4 or 5, about 6 years old. So basically what happens is, this is how we all were introduced to Matt Ryan as John Constantine on his own TV show that was not given a second season on the CW TV network. The president a couple years ago said he was not going to do this, and he said they had no interest of doing that. They said John Constantine is going to be on the Legends of Tomorrow. He's going to be a recurring cast member, and that's it. He'll be on there until the show's over. And obviously, that's not true. He's gone. But he's going to be playing another character. Matt Ryan's playing another character, not John Constantine. He's going to play some British, Welsh scientist that knows all about time travel. He's going to help the team next season because the Wave Riders destroy it, so they had no way to time travel. This is still way more entertaining. This 1 season that was 13 episodes long is way better than this current 6th season of this show that's 15 episodes long. Seriously. And this is bonus features. You get to see the Comic-Con panel, behind the scenes footage, interviews with the cast and obviously and directors and themselves about this. This is way better. I'm just watching this again. That John Constantine only season is how we got introduced to Matt Ryan. So when I saw him pop up years ago on the Green Arrow, I was like, oh cool, Matt Ryan's back as John Constantine. This is awesome. I'm so happy. And then when I saw him obviously being on the Legends of Tomorrow as a regular cast member, I was excited when it was announced. I was pissed off and still am that he has not. The CW TV network said, you know what, we're not going to give him his own second show, second season, but we will have him stay on this show to be a recurrent cast member. Because they could have done that, but I don't know. You know, maybe years ago they got the tap on the shoulder from I guess this whole deal with J.J. Abrams, and they said, yeah, we're gonna use John Constantine in the future, so you guys probably can't do that. I don't know if they got that tap on their shoulder saying you guys can't do that 3-4 years ago, but they still said they had no interest in doing that. So that's what happened. So the whole entire team. So John Constantine's gone on the show. Matt Ryan's playing some British actor from the past that can help them with time travel. That's going to happen next season, in season 7. So the whole entire team hugs each other. They get this big, huge energy beam of light surrounding them like a force field. It goes all over the house. And guess what happens? Just like that, all the aliens are destroyed, like how Thanos snapped his fingers and the whole entire civilization on Earth was destroyed. Literally half the planet, basically most of the planet. So all the aliens are blowing up, disappearing out of nowhere. I'm just like, wow, seriously? Just like that. They're all gone. And the whole team's safe. They're happy. And then that's it. Then Bishop comes out of nowhere, and Mick Rory's aliens jump on him and eat his whole body, and he's dead. He said, I'll kill everybody. He pulls his laser gun out. I'll shoot you all. I don't care. You can't stop me. This isn't over. The aliens eat him. It looks so stupid. Very corny, very cheesy. And like I said, when the show, I'm going to say this now, if the show will most likely be over next season, in season 7, and I won't be missing it after that. You know, I won't. I'm just like right now. You're like, you know what? It's time. It's time has come. I'll be like, you know what? It had a very good run, but you know, the last couple of seasons, I'm not excited. I've not been excited for it. This whole entire show has gone straight to hell. It's gone down the drain. It's not as fun as it used to be, and they don't take themselves seriously. You can't have a show about superheroes in their late 30s or early 40s. Some of them even have kids, obviously, or are about to have kids, and these guys are acting like teenagers, and the show's being driven like it's geared towards the younger teenagers now. Stoner jokes, tripping balls, raw mushrooms, B-Rod smoking weed every 5 seconds, drinking beer. They're jumping into bed with each other and having sex. I'm like, what the hell happened to the show? Seriously, is this like the DC Legends college dorm years? Like, seriously, how they had Saved by the Bell years ago, and then obviously when they got older, they had the college years, just like with Boy Meets World. I watched all that because I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1991, so I've seen all that. How when the shows were over, the regular shows, they had the extended seasons of the show, which were the college years. That's basically what we're seeing now. I'm just like, this isn't serious. Bishop's not a serious villain. He's a joke. He's like a Disney villain, singing and dancing every 5 seconds. Is he Jafar from Aladdin? What is he? Who is he? You know, it's not nothing to be taken seriously. So the whole team has this energy shield around them that they had got because of Spooner. And then they hugged each other as a group hug. All the aliens are blown up. They're destroyed. Everything's safe, and then they get to move on, and everything's great. Then obviously at the end, as they're walking towards the ship, you obviously know what's going to happen. Literally the last 25 seconds, 30 seconds, bam, the ship's blown up by another wave rider from the past or the future, and then it flies off, and they're like, what the hell just happened? That's it. End of it. Blank screen, credits roll. That's what happened. So we know what's gonna happen next season. They can't time travel. They're trying to figure out who did that to them. Who was it? Was it Rip Hunter? Was it one of them from the past to the future? We don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But like I said before, this show is not as fun as it used to be. I'm still gonna watch it to the end because I watch any show that I've seen. It doesn't matter if it's Chuck, Reaper, R.J. Berger, Dexter. Any of the shows I've seen the last 25 years, CSI Miami, what's it called, NCIS Los Angeles, any other shows I watch, Criminal Minds, I don't watch the show until it's over. I don't stop watching for a season or two, and then pick it right back up. I still keep watching. Even though the show is not as entertaining as it used to be, I still keep watching because I still want to see what's going to happen when it ends. I don't want to come back 4 years later and I have to catch up to all these episodes. So that happens with new shows because, like I said, I just watched I'm currently caught up with the whole entire season. With all the episodes of DC Titans. They're on season 3, episode 7. 6. So episode 7 will be coming out in a couple of days. I've watched every season this far in the last 3 days because I wanted to get caught up with the show. Even though the show has been out for years, I was like, I want to finally watch it. I've been putting it off, and I did it finally. Great show. This is that's what a DC Comics show is supposed to look like. Of course, it's not on TV. It's on HBO Max, and they have a DC Plus app, so they can get away with cursing, drinking, people getting shot and stabbed, heads getting cut off and stuff with Deathstroke. They can get away with that. They can't get away with it on here, though, because it's on TV. But they had TVMA, obviously, ratings and stuff. You know, Oliver Queen shooting arrows through people, stabbing people, breaking necks, shooting people, people getting shot by John Diggle's guns, and obviously Mad Dog as well. So basically, on the show Green Arrow, and then, like I said, this show was not like this a couple years ago. The tone was much more mature, darker. Like I said, grittier, because Vandal Savage made that like this. He was not a villain to play with. He was very serious. I give this whole entire season 6 finale rating a 0 out of 10. It was pathetic. I hated it. It was pathetic. The season 7 finale for The Flash that just happened a couple months ago, I rated that about 6.5 out of 10. It was cool, but there were still some things I didn't like. Still enjoyed Barry versus Godspeed, but the whole thing with Reverse Flash and him coming back and Barry and him having a brief fight before he escapes was corny, and I didn't like that. But of course, they're saving that for the last season, which is next season for The Flash, season 8. He'll come back, and again, Reverse Flash always does to fight Barry, of course, because he's his sworn enemy. So that's what happened. It was terrible. So we'll see what happens next season, which will most likely be the last. I'm guessing they're probably not going to give it away at first. Probably midway, halfway through the season, they'll kind of give it away, and we'll know about what's going to happen. Or they could wait until the last 4 or 5 episodes and say, oh yeah, guys, show's about to be canceled. They could do that. I have no idea. You never know. things obviously happen randomly that we don't know about, obviously, and things get changed at the last minute. Ratings have been down. I just showed you the ratings that happened for this episode yesterday, 0.40. So that means about 400,000 people watched this episode, season finale, last night. That was a brand new episode. And the movie with Jack Black, School of Rock, that was on CBS, it aired yesterday, an hour after this on a different network, got 1.47, which is 1.4 million viewers. So a movie from 2018 with Jack Black, School of Rock, got 1.4 a million, almost 1.5 million people watching that movie. And your current show that's in its 6th season could only get 400,000. That doesn't sound right to me. And it's pathetic. And seriously, the show has been gone down the drain immensely. Go online and look. Is Legends of Tomorrow going to be canceled? Legends of Tomorrow's ratings dipping. It's been happening the last season. This whole last 3 months, I've been making videos about this. You can see the articles online. People saying that. Is the show canceled? What's going on? I don't know what's going to happen. Currently on next season, which we can see right here on Screen Rant, what to expect from Legends of Tomorrow Season 7. What challenges await the crew of the Wave Rider, which the Wave Rider has been destroyed. Here's what we know about when the show returns, what to expect. And it goes into, obviously, what's going to happen, obviously, on the show, as far as what we know so far, obviously. I don't know why it's making a reference to Doom Patrol, because they've got nothing to do with this, but it's talking about that. That's another DC show that's on HBO Max, along with the Titans as well. So we're just gonna go through this. Right here, it's going to come back in October 14th. So it says the season 7 premiere, The Bullet Blondes, which is probably them two, scheduled to air on CW Network TV on Wednesday. So they're moving the show from Sunday to Wednesday now. They're airing. The new episodes of Legends of Tomorrow will be available for streaming on the CW website and the CW TV app on the following Thursday, October 14th. We can watch it online. So, and it says who's going to return. We obviously know. This is the explanation. John Constantine is not going to be playing by Matt Ryan anymore. The Warlock, as a recurring role since Legends of Tomorrow season 3. He's been on the show. I thought it was season 4. I made a mistake, so I was wrong. He will be joining the cast as a new eccentric scientist, like I said, from the early 20th century. I said 18th, but I made a mistake there. Sorry, again, my fault. The doctor's name is Gwen Davis. He knows all about time travel. He's going to help the team. Gideon's no longer going to be an AI system. She's going to be a real-life, flesh and bone person like she has been a couple of times in past episodes, obviously, where they had that. So, so that's what's going to happen. John Constantine's gone. Mick Rory is gone from what's it called? The show as Heat Wave, Dominique Purcell. So they're talking about the episode talks. The first 5 episodes of season 7 have been released online, and it gives a hint of the challenges what the Legends will be facing. It seems likely that the new Gideon will be revealed in the 100th episode of Legends of Tomorrow, which will also be the 3rd episode of season 7. It's called Wave Rider Era Gideon, something like that. Not found. Yeah, they're going to be trapped in the 20s, which is what they are now. They're trapped in the 20s. And we'll see. It says, presumably, Matt Ryan's new scientist character will figure into the 5th episode of Legends of Tomorrow, Season 7, called It's a Mad, Mad Scientist. And it seems a safe bet that Dr. Gwen Davis will be an aspiring time traveler in the same vein as H.G. Wells' unnamed protagonist in The Time Machine, given that he's been described as the team's only hope. So apparently he travels from time back from the future, the past, not Back to the Future, the movie, Back from the Future, to help them somehow. So basically, he comes from the 20th century. They're in the 21st. So he comes back from the past to help them. I don't know how it's going to work out, obviously, and what he's going to be the reason. Why is the reason he's helping them? We'll find out about that. We already knew this was going to happen months ago because, like I said, they gave it all away. The Wave Rider was destroyed. Who destroyed it? We don't know. So it's looking like probably about 15 episodes, maybe 16 for the next season, which will be the last one. This will be the 7th season. And like I said, it'll probably be the last one. He won't be on the show until the 5th episode. So the rest of the season is the first half of the season, and obviously the first couple episodes, them trying to figure out what the hell's going on, how they can get out of Odessa, Texas, what are their plans, what are their ideas, who can they call upon, probably nobody. And we'll see what happens with that. but he will no longer be playing John Constantine again. Matt Ryan will be playing a new character, a scientist that knows all about time travel, which is, of course, the only reason why they're doing this is because they need him they still want him on the show, but in order for him to stay on the show, he apparently has to be somebody else that he's the one that can obviously surprisingly help them out. Of course, he's the one piece they need. He's like, oh, well, isn't it how it all works out conveniently for them? Oh, he's a scientist that knows all about time travel. Oh, that's great, because the Wave Rider is destroyed now. We don't have any way to time travel at all, so he can help them out with that. It's obviously very convenient for them. Very lazy writing, but it falls into place because they still want to keep Matt Ryan on the show. But since they can't use the character, obviously, of John Constantine, because HBO Max is taking over the character and having their own show that's about to come out next year, which obviously is going to see J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot production company. He will be in charge of making that show, which is going to be a much more rated R, bloody, gory, grittier version of John Constantine. And if you've seen my past videos, they said that he's going to be black, not white. I really don't care. If the show sucks, the show sucks. I really don't care. We'll see what happens, though, if it's good. I don't know. We'll see. Who's playing him? Don't know. Probably be some unknown British actor that we don't know about who's black. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. The whole thing next year with John Constantine's solo show on HBO Max with production company the Bad Robots, which is held and obviously who's J.J. Abrams is in charge of. That's his company, so he's going to be at the helm of that, at the front of that. So that's basically it. We'll see what happens. Like I said before, terrible season finale, 0 out of 10, pathetic, cringy, cheesy, super predictable. We obviously knew what was going to happen. They gave it away, so there was no surprises. There was no nothing. We already knew it was going to happen. They spoiled it before anybody did. You know how like when people say, "Hey, no spoilers" in the chat or the discussion or the comment section. People do that themselves regularly. This was the actual people on the show, the writers and directors. Hey, here's the trailer. We're going to give it away. Tell you what's going to happen next season. Why? So maybe you'll be excited and come back to see instead of a cliffhanger where you didn't know what was going to happen, but so you probably won't be interested coming back to the show. I doubt that's going to happen. Them giving away what was going to happen before it did for season 7 when season 6 wasn't even over yet probably isn't going to help them. As you can see, like I said, the ratings, they've been going down. You can go and look online. This is what they got yesterday, 0.40. I mean, 400,000 people watched the episode. Compared to, like I said, the School of Rock movie with Jack Black from 18 years ago in 2003. You can see it right here, was on there, and it got way more viewers than that show did. So that tells you a lot about what's going on with the show and how their popularity, all of them right here, has gone down the drain. Like I said before, judging by how it's looking, next season, which is season 7, will be the last one. I'm actually surprised they're not at 100 episodes yet. Feel like they probably were, but they're a little shorter than most shows. They have about 14, 15 episodes, so that's probably why. They'll obviously have 100 episodes obviously marked in for full syndication next season, season 7, which I said will most likely be the last. If they do an 8th season, I'm guessing that they will do a reduced one. Some shows have done that, obviously, in the past couple of years. You know, White Collar did it, obviously. I'm trying to remember what other shows did it. I think Criminal Minds did it as well, where they did a shortened last season because the show's been on the air for a long time, and the actors cost a lot of money, and the movie company doesn't want to pay them again. So they're like, well, we're already in the season, so reduced episodes, and that's it. So that's basically what's been going on. Like I said, Matt Bomer played Neil Caffrey, if I'm not mistaken, on White Collar. I watched that show from the 3rd season to the end of it. Yeah, it was a great show, by the way. It was basically Catch Me If You Can by Leonardo DiCaprio, but basically a show version of it where criminal / obviously white collar convicted felon obviously helped the FBI take down villains while he was on ankle bracelet house arrest, and obviously couldn't travel anywhere because he worked for them as a consultant. And obviously, you know, he was doing his own thing as well with Mozzie. That was a great show. I missed that show, by the way. You know, and other shows as well. Dexter's coming back. I mentioned Dexter, obviously. That will be back for a shortened revival with Michael C. Hall. CSI Vegas is coming back. I just saw that, which is cool. My favorite one is Miami. Vegas is 2, and CSI New York is 3 for me. You can't beat Horatio Caine. He's like, basically when I was watching that years ago, he was like he was my he was Agent Gibbs before Agent Gibbs. Horatio Caine, David Caruso. Yeah. So before I seen Horatio Caine, I was watching him obviously as Dave Caruso as Horatio Caine on CSI Miami. That's my favorite CSI. So we'll see what happens with the rest of the show and the series. As I've said before, and this is a long video, I apologize if you actually had to watch this, but I had to talk about what happened because as you can see, I've covered the whole entire season, reviewed it, and the last one as well. I don't think did I do any videos for season 5? No, I didn't. But I watched all of it. I've been watching the show since the beginning, so if you're like me, you watched it from the beginning, you know how bad it's gotten. I commented on some people's comments on TV Promo's YouTube channel page where they had the video on there for this trailer for the episode for season 6, episode 15, the season finale yesterday. They had put the trailer out obviously weeks ago, but people comment on there when the season's over. They do this on there. I see that people comment on that the last episode trailer for the shows. They comment on there, and I commented. Somebody said, "What's going on with the show? It doesn't look the same. Am I the only one?" Some guy said that. I commented on his comment. I said, "No, you're actually right. The show's gone straight to hell over the past 6 years. It's sad, pathetic, and a complete slap in the face to the fans. And as far as what they did to John Constantine, the low level of disrespect and disgust that I have for that is disturbing." And no, I told the guy, "No, you're right. The show has gone bad. It's gone for the past couple seasons. It's gone straight to hell." That's what I said to him. John Constantine didn't deserve that. Matt Ryan, he didn't deserve that. He's still staying on the show, but like I said, it won't be the same. He's playing some random character that we don't know nothing about, playing some scientist that can time travel through time, which is obviously the only reason the team needs somebody else, needs him on the show, because they obviously didn't want to take him off, and the team's got no way to figure out because they can't contact Rip Hunter. So who can help them time travel? Nobody. So that's basically what's going on. That's what's going to happen, and that's the end of the show. It'll be over next season. If it is, I won't be sad. I'm going to watch every episode and review it just like I did this season. But just to comment on it, from watching this show since it's been happening since the very beginning, first episode, yes, like I said, it's gone down the drain. It's not as funny as it used to be. It's boring, predictable, cheesy, and they totally move past the we're serious. Now it's like we're the comedic relief on the CW TV network in the Arrowverse. That's what they are. And obviously, like I said, it's just not fun. The Bishop situation, Spooner time traveling, and that whole ordeal with her in the Fountain of Imperium. And conveniently, like I said, they had no way to stop the aliens and no way to stop Bishop except go back in time in the past and grab Bishop, a younger version of him, before he became a bad guy, and tricked him, kidnapped him, and said, "We need your help." So they had to use the villain to help them defeat the villain. They had to go to back to the past and get a younger version of the villain that they're currently dealing with in order to help them take him down. So they had to ask the villain for help to help them defeat him. They asked, that's like, oh, Superman's like, "I can't take Lex Luthor down. Let me go back to the 80s and ask Lex Luthor how I can take him down in 2021. Let me go do that. That would be the equivalent of that." Or literally, I'm just like, what's going on? You had to ask the bad guy for help to defeat him. You had to ask, the heroes have to ask and get the help from the villain in order to defeat the villain. They had to ask him from the past, a younger version of himself. I'm like, are you serious? Like, this makes no sense. But that's exactly what this show is. It has become a complete and total joke. Like I said, this season finale that just happened yesterday on Sunday, Season 6 finale, it's the 15th episode overall in total. 0 out of 10. That's my rating. 0 out of 10. Complete and totally pathetic. They don't care about the show anymore. Why would the director or the head writer of the show give it away what's going to happen in the 7th season 4 weeks before the 6th season is actually over? You're supposed to... This is how it works when you watch shows. When they have a cliffhanger, the season finale ends, or the mid-season finale happens, we always have a cliffhanger to get fans excited and speculate what's going to happen. You never give it away. That's why every time you watch a show when the season's over, the directors always are very coy and very, very hushed when they talk about what's going to happen. I don't know. This could happen next season. This might not happen. It could. It might not. When the people on the show excuse me, when the people that are on these websites writing these articles, the journalists ask them questions about the last season, that the current season that just ended, like the Blacklist. They were asking the guy who wrote the Blacklist. He's like, what's kind of next season with the whole ordeal with Raymond Reddington and Elizabeth Key, now she's gone, and Megan Boone's not going to be on the show. He's saying speculations about this could happen, this might happen. They always do that every time. Every time. I've been seeing this for years. But they never give it away because they can't give it away, because if they do, you're not going to be excited and you won't be surprised to watch it when it happens, because you already know what's going to happen, because you have the spoilers. You already know what's going to happen. It's like having the cheat code to beat the game before you even play the game. So you obviously already know how to beat it. You know what's going to happen before it happens. That's what they did with this show. You already knew what was going to happen before it happened, because they told you. They showed the trailer, then you knew Bishop was coming back. There was no surprise. You knew that Matt Ryan was no longer going to be playing John Constantine, because if you look online, I knew this in February, months ago. They said J.J. Abrams is producing a John Constantine show, and it said, showed Matt Ryan's face. It said he won't be playing him though, but we'll see what happens. Months ago. So I was like, what? That's weird. 4 or 5 months later, in June, Matt Ryan won't be playing John Constantine anymore. This is August, excuse me. He's not going to be playing him anymore. J.J. Abrams is going to be taking over the character, and it's going to HBO Max. I was like, really? And they did the whole lying thing on the show. The writer and director of Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, there's nothing more we could do with John Constantine. We've done so much. There's not much we can do. We can't go that far with him anymore. The character's depth is limited now. It's like, no, that's not true. That's a lie. You just can't say it, but we can see it online because there's articles everywhere. You can look it up yourself. J.J. Abrams is going to be taking over the character for John Constantine. He's going to have his own solo show on HBO Max next season. He's directing it. I don't know they got some writer on there. I don't know, forgot the guy's name. But anyways, that's why Matt Ryan can't play the character anymore, because HBO Max is taking John Constantine to HBO Max is taking John Constantine. That's it. That's true. That's the truth. So he can't play him anymore. So that's basically it. Like I said, this is the end of my video. Thank you for watching. If you watched this long, this is probably about 30-40 minutes. But I do this with all these videos when it's the season finale, because I talk about the show's whole entire season, what happened, and obviously I talk about what happened, what's going to happen next season, and obviously what happened in the past. And then obviously the show thus far with The Flash, and obviously this as well, because I've seen all the CW TV shows in the Arrowverse. You know, Superman, Lois, Black Lightning, Green Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and The Flash. I've seen all the episodes every season. Obviously, Superman and Lois is in the second season, so it's about to be the second season, so that's different, it's new, but I've seen every episode this far, and there are videos about it. You can see them on my other channels as well. Superman and Lois is great. I didn't watch Batgirl. I'm not going to watch Naomi. I did not watch Supergirl, and I'm not going to watch Stargirl, and I'm not going to watch that live-action Powderpuff Girls show that they're still trying to ram down the throats of the fans. Chloe Bennett left the show. I don't know how they're going to do it without her, so who's going to replace her? Because people are excited, so that's what they're bringing to the CW TV network. These shows that people don't care about. It obviously, with the leaks happening online, some people are like, this is what they're going to show on that show. The Naomi situation as well. I'm like, I really don't care. I'm not watching the show. The show that they have on there called Kung Fu as well. I'm not watching those shows. They're boring. They look terrible, and there's no interest of them to me. A bunch of characters who I just don't know randomly come out of nowhere, and you're supposed to get excited for them, just like Shang-Chi. I'm like, that looks terrible. Why would you want? I want to watch that movie. It doesn't look serious to me, anyways. It looks like a comedy kung fu movie. Is this a Disney Channel movie, or is this a Disney movie, or is it a Marvel movie? Exactly. So that's what's been happening. So that's the end of my video, and thank you for watching. Long video, rant, obviously as well. But I do this with all these videos because this is what happens. When the shows screw up, you have to say something. Even when you watch every episode, like I said before, all these shows, I watch every episode, every season. I don't skip it. I watch it all through, even if I have to binge watch it again just to even remember what I forgot. I do that. But obviously, this is what's been happening on the show as of late. So again, just to recap what happened. The show in its whole entire season has been a joke for season 6 for Legends of Tomorrow. What's going to happen in season 7? We obviously already know that. They don't have the Wave Rider. They can't time travel. John Constantine's gone. Heatwave is gone. Matt Ryan will be playing somebody else on the show now. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's basically the end of that. The whole thing. And the ratings have been going down. You can see right here. Go look it up online. I'm on TVSeriesFinale.com. You can look up Google DC Legends ratings down. Is the show being canceled? Just go look it up. I've been looking at showing these articles for weeks now. Again, I'm gonna recap again. 0 out of 10 is what I'm giving this for my review for the season finale. Season 6 finale of The Legends of Tomorrow, 0 out of 10. Pathetic. Completely pathetic. And as I'm going to show you again in this video, this is the ratings that they got last night, .40, which means about 400,000 viewers. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably what it is. Because as you can see, the bigger numbers, 5, 2, these other things like The Connors, the TV show, the 60 Minutes got 5.5. These are all reruns. They got all these high ratings. This is a brand new season, episode and season as well. It got 400,000 views. But a movie from 2003 that was being shown on CBS an hour after this on another network, School of Rock, with with Jack Black, not Johnny Depp, Jack Black, got 1.47 million views. That's sad. When a movie from 18 years ago can be shown on TV an hour after your brand new episode / season is airing, season finale gets way more viewers than you. That says something about your show. I'm serious. I know some people are like, how does it? It does. Like, seriously, it does. I'm serious. And this is on a Sunday too. And a lot of shows were not new last night because of the episodes. Because today's Labor Day, so a lot of shows are not airing their new episodes on Sunday. Besides them, for the most part, some were. Big Brother was new. Wellington Paranormal was new. I never heard of that show. Big Brother was new, but obviously their ratings dipped down as well. But like I said before, it's terrible and it's bad. And that's the end of my video. And like I said, next season will be the end of The Legends of Tomorrow. And this is what's just been happening on the show the past couple of seasons. It's been very sad and terrible to watch. But obviously, because I've been watching the show since the first episode in the first season, to see how it's gone now. When I picked it up, obviously watching it after with Green Arrow and The Flash, I was like, this is cool. It's different. Characters from the other shows are blending into this show. But obviously, as we can see, it's gone downhill. And I know other villains that are going to be brought up. They're going to have what's it called? I don't know if the whole crossover situation is going to happen with them next season, because on the other CW TV network shows such as Superman, Lois, The Flash, and Stargirl and Batwoman, they're supposed to have their mini crossovers in the first 5 episodes. I don't know if that's going to happen on this season for them, if they're going to have that as well, since they can't time travel. I don't know if some people from the other shows could come to them. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, it's gone down the drain over the past couple years, the show. And like I said, sorry again, this is a long video that I had to talk about all this because I just had to say it. And that's the end of my video. Thank you again for watching my video obviously this far. If you have not watched this season, or if you stopped watching the show a long time ago, let me know if you have, or if you have been watching the show since the beginning. What do you think about what's been happening right now? How bad it's gotten, the ratings dropping, people leaving the show. They're down technically they're down 1 cast member. But Matt Ryan's not going to be on the season for the first 4 episodes as his new character, Professor, whatever his name. Let me see what his name is. Professor Gwen Davies. That's who he's going to be playing. So we'll see what happens when the show comes back on in October. Literally, it's about... Oh, excuse me. Wait. October? It's literally another month and a half from now. It's like, wow. Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. A couple more weeks. It says it's supposed to be October... Let me see. It has it right here on Screen Rant. Oh, wait. It just had it. October 13th. We're in September 6th. It's a month. New season in a month. We'll see what happens, though. I don't know. We'll see. So that's basically it. And now they're going to be on Wednesday. It was Sunday. Now they're moving to Wednesday. I don't know what's up with the time slot differences. Your season 6 is airing on Sundays. Season 7 is moving to Wednesdays. Don't get it. But we'll see what happens. Will that help the ratings? I don't know. And I don't think so. I don't think it'll help them that much. Like I said, that's the end of my video. Thank you again for watching. And again, my review for this whole entire season 6 finale, 0 out of 10. Overall for the season, about a 4.5 out of 10. And that's basically the end of my video. Thank you again for watching. That's all I have to say. Thanks. Bye.